Christmas! Besides St. Patrick's Day, it's the most fun time. Christmas would actually start the day after Thanksgiving because I would get up early in the morning whenever the sales would start, and I'd be back by 8 o'clock. Everybody would just start waking up and I'd already have all the presents. So everybody would get dressed because Santa would come at 9 o'clock at JCPenney's. And we'd go down there and we'd sing carols, and they'd hand out cinnamon rolls and orange juice, and then Santa Claus would come by helicopter. So this was very unique. No other Santa Claus came that way. And we'd walk through the center singing Christmas carols down to where Santa Claus was. And there was a huge line, so kids usually didn't go to see Santa at that time. But we'd always go get some angels off of the tree. And we'd always pick up a JCPenney's catalog because that was like the wonder book. So that was the beginning of the tradition. We'd put up the tree, and the kids always got special ornaments from us, from the grandparents, a lot of times very specifically to what they did. Tim would get a lot of golf ones, and Sean would have karate or guitar. I think both Tim and Sean played guitar. Erin had musical ones and ballerina ones when she did a dance. But it was fun because we could look at each ornament and find who it was for and who gave it to them, and very specifically just enjoy putting up the tree. And then we'd bake cookies, of course. So that was Thanksgiving. So the anticipation for Christmas, I think, was all year. We'd turn on the tree every morning and sit and look at it before school. And then Christmas Eve was always very special because we'd have my kind of food, which is hors d'oeuvres rather than dinner. We'd have hors d'oeuvres, and we'd wait and go to Mass. And a lot of times the kids were part of the Mass. Erin might play bells or dance. Tim was a lector, and Sean would serve, or sometimes, I think one time he sang at Mass. And so it was beautiful. A lot of times they'd have candlelight and you'd sing Christmas carols, and it would truly bring what Christmas was all about. It would bring that element, remind us again that it's not just about presents, and you know that's why we celebrate this season. Christmas morning, more tradition, the cinnamon rolls. Brad always made homemade cinnamon rolls, and the kids couldn't come out until 7 o'clock, and that was to make sure Brad could sleep because he didn't want to get up at 4 and 3 o'clock in the morning. So 7 o'clock just became the time, and we'd go out and start the fire when we were at Hope, and Brad would put in the rolls, I'd start the coffee, and everybody would come out and open their stockings, still have stockings. And I think that's just kind of fun. It's the fun part of Christmas. And then they could open their Santa Claus present. And then one of the things that we decided, and you know, as I look at some of those old tapes that we made, people didn't always open their presents one at a time, but that's what we tried for. Because Christmas goes so quickly, you know, the day is, you anticipate so much. So we tried to make it so that everybody would open one present and you'd see what it was and they'd say who it was from. I'd go around, and the kids weren't always thrilled with me when I would say, "Oh, what did you get? Show me all of your gifts." And they thought I was silly. But we look now and it's just fun to see who they were. And I'd always say, what did you do during the year? How did you like the year? And what do you want to do next year? Sometimes, you know, they were sleeping and grumpy. But a lot of times it helped them reflect on you know, what they had done and what fun things they had. And they can look at it now and go, oh, wow, that's who I was. That's who I was. So it's fun. It's fun. So that's Christmas. It's a whole celebration for a long period of time. And then it's time for St. Patrick's Day.